The NBA Season 8 2021 games and highlights will be coming up next on Devin Smith Showtime Sports in America. NBA Season 8 2021 matchup coming up next. New York Knicks 2322 Milwaukee Bucks 2915. NBA Season 8 2021 matchup coming up next. Chicago Bulls 1924 San Antonio Spurs 2220. NBA Season 8 2021 matchup coming up next. Dallas Mavericks 2320 New Orleans Pelicans 1925. NBA Season 8 2021 matchup coming up next. Boston Celtics 2223, Oklahoma City Thunder 1925. NBA Season 8 2021 matchup coming up next on Devin Smith Showtime Sports in America. Memphis Grizzlies 2121, Utah Jazz 3311.
come to you live on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by the former national champion and National Player of the Year. What a run for Jay Williams.
If you want to tell the fans more about my accolades, I'm not going to stop you. But I think the attention should be focused on the game this evening. Let's pay attention to the court.
Jay, these 10 players on the court are ready to go, and so are we. Philadelphia controls the tap. Kawhi Leonard able to recover with the block. From long range, buries it on the catch and shoot.
That shot was nice, but that pass, that was the real highlight. Good teams always find a way to get the best shot available.
Jay, upon scanning this Clippers roster, there are a lot of guards for Doc Rivers to work with.
Yeah, they have a plethora of guards, and if I'm this team and if I'm Doc Rivers, I'm thinking about how do I throw as many guards at you as possible, because Doc wants to get another guard in there to apply the same pressure. They should be the new modern-day Detroit Pistons with the style they play defensively.
To Tobias Harris. Serge Ibaka sends it away.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Off the assist.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
It's LA Clippers ball. Leonard, deep right corner. Tosses. Dives for it. Not afraid to mix it up. Kawhi Leonard. Open look, and he buries it. Defense has to wake up.
These breakdowns happen because a team lacks communication. You have to point towards your man, keep that butt towards the baseline, and make sure you communicate through every screen.
That's off of Leonard, out of bounds. Off the mark. He loves the tough shots, but that one may be too tough. Gets it in the right corner. Beverly gets it to go. Coach cannot be happy with that closeout.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jogging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
Baseline drive. Serge Ibaka snatching it out of the air. Can't connect from inside. The follow won't go either.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
For three, his first effort off the mark. Marcus Morris with the block.
That kid can block out the sun, man.
Another shot stays out. Beverly into the front court. He'll run the offense. And count the basket.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Sixers control it. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Dwight Howard sends it away.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
To Tobias Harris. Count the basket inside.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Beverly into the front court. Down just a couple. To Marcus Morris. The drive, right to the bench.
Oh, out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Time for some new personnel into the game. Beverly. The Clippers with 4 to shoot. To Marcus Morris. Here's a chance from long range. Contested shot. Marcus Morris can't hit. Fires Fires the three, knocks it down, in the foul. And a chance now at a 4-point play.
Oh, that was a big-time shot. But more impressive than the shot, the bench reactions. I love the celebration tactics. This is why you love this game.
Hits at the line. Clippers have the basketball. Beverly to Leonard. Serge Ibaka slams it down.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Oh, a whistle.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own.
Number 25, Ben Simmons.
Has a look. Deep two there, won't go.
Ed, the game is so different. In today's NBA, defenders are longer, quicker, and more athletic than we've ever seen before. So offensively, as a shooter, you either have to be able to create more space off the dribble for your shot or have a much faster release. Ideally, you have both in your arsenal.
Trying to cash in. Wide open look, won't go.
Woo, I'm telling you right now, he will not get a better look than that right there the rest of the night.
Beverly to Leonard. Has a chance. Off the mark. He's made those before, but that was well defended. Simmons into the front court. Leads four.
He sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. To Paul George. Lets it fly from long range. And Paul George, not sure why they left him that wide open. Takes advantage. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
To Ibaka. Dwight Howard. Huge block. Sixers have the basketball.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Ben Simmons has got 2 shots coming. 56% for his career. First free throw is good.
Number 30, Luke Kennard.
Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Beverly into the front court. 5-point game. Deep left corner. Kennard to Beverly. Ben Simmons tips it.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
And a nice finish at the rim.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
To Beverly. Leonard to Marcus Morris. Beverly's shot no good. Couple of cracks at the line now.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
And hits the first free throw. and gets both to drop at the line. Philadelphia with the basketball. And look out. Big finish at the rim. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Leonard buries it into three.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Give him 2 points. High percentage.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
That is great vision to set it up. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
4-3. Rebounds taken down by Leonard. To Beverly. Driving right to the basket. Cleans it up. And a putback slam.
And it's still early in this game, but you can't send the wrong message to the offense by letting them think they can own the glass.
Beverly into the front court, trailing by 4. Slam dunk.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Cashes in for 2.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Beverly into the front court. Down 4 to Ibaka. Now a steal by Philly. To Tobias Harris. Beyond the arc for 3. They snuffed it out. Tobias Harris missed it. It's the Clippers with the possession now. To Ibaka. Sizing up the defense. To Luke Kennard. A bad pass as the Sixers come up with this steal. And count the basket inside.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
Timeout called here by the Clippers as they'll go over some tactics now in this first quarter of play. Substitution being made in this one. Count it.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
To Tobias Harris. Fires the 3. Off the iron. No good.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
To Leonard. Now pass stolen by the Sixers. Going to launch beyond the arc. Now that's a contest. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Beverly to Leonard.
Hey, watch the screen left. Come on, yo.
Doesn't get the bounce.
And that's how you make a difference. Every shot that the offense takes, make sure that it has a 10 as far as degree of difficulty.
Leonard to Beverly. Screen coming. Beverly to Leonard. The rebound belongs to the 76ers. To Simmons. The Sixers with 4 to shoot. Lets it fly from beyond the arc.
That's his first.
Knocks down the first. And he hits the second. Almost settles for a 2 or 3 trip. Beverly into the front court. Down a dozen. It's in the hands of Philadelphia. Takes stock of the floor. To Tobias Harris. From long range. He engulfed him that time.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Deep three at the buzzer. The quarter comes to an end, and a great start for the 76ers. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. It's LA Clippers ball. To George. Nothing going here on that drive. The drive right to the basket. Nikola Batum. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Had a chance, but it's no good. Here's Rondo with it. Trailing by 10. Batum. Short jumper off the mark. Ben Simmons pins it.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Clippers have the basketball. Great feed. Good look that time, but off the mark. Hill across the timeline. His team leads it by 10. Slams it home on the putback.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Paul George to Nick Batum. To Paul George. Paul George. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Simmons. To Danny Green for 3. And he's fouled. Good play by the shooter.
You know what? That's an even better play by the defender. I like the foul there. Send a message. Nothing easy.
He's going to have to earn it now. First one goes down. Missed the middle one. One more coming. to Marcus Morris. And he's fouled, and he earns a trip to the line.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
First one, count it.
Stepping in for L.A., number 21, Patrick Beverly.
2 for 2 on that trip. Shot from the lane won't go. Batum to Beverly. Hat-trick Beverly. Tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make.
Well, you know what the old saying is, when you assume you make a, you know what I'm talking about. You can't fault the D too much there. I was expecting to kick out 3.
Howard. The pass taken away by the Clippers. To Batum. And he finishes at the rim.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Sixers control it. George Hill to Danny Green. Here's a chance from long range. Seth Curry off the mark. Good defense.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
A lot of contact. No whistle.
What happened is he didn't balance himself off the defender. He didn't initiate contact. He allowed the contact to initiate him. We could break that down later in the broadcast, but that's why he missed that easy chipper.
Beverly into the front court. 9-point margin. Batum to Marcus Morris. Has a look. Wide open look, won't go.
Just seems like there's lead in the feet of the defenders. You have to bounce quicker to the ball to deter that shot.
Hill to Seth Curry. Trying to cash in.
That reach was just about a second off. He got his hand in there a little bit quicker. That would have been a steal.
Just enough imbalance. First try, no good. And he's able to hit the second after missing that first one. It's the Clippers with the possession now. Beverly to Nick Batum. Nikola Batum. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
Big shout out to the athletic trainer for this team. It's obvious you've been doing all the preparation required of your team in the weight room in the offseason. Flex on them a little bit.
Nice finish at the rim.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
To Marcus Morris. Here comes the screen. Batum up against the 8-time All-Star. Beverly to Batum. 5 to shoot. Has a chance. Deep 2 there. Won't go.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Layup goes down. Well done.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Tobias Harris with a piece.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Harris to Howard. Driving right to the basket. Took it down the lane, but it's no good. Batum. Oh, they call the foul, Jay.
And you can't lunge like that.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Kawhi Leonard, defended by Seth Curry. Now a steal by Philly.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Nothing going here on that drive. Short jumper stays out. 5 seconds to shoot. Fires the three, buries it.
And it just seems like the defense has lethargic closeouts. You need the closeout with more of a sense of urgency. Run them off the three-point line. Make them take a tough two rather than an easy three.
To Nick Batum. Here comes the screen. Batum to Marcus Morris. Here's Leonard for two. Knocks it down from mid-range.
And while the ball was still in his hands, a sidestep throws a defender off. People aren't used to seeing that type of footwork.
He cruises in for two. Too easy.
I've seen him float so much on the perimeter, I forgot he even had that kind of physical presence. Good to see him beating up on people down low again.
Drive from the baseline, but it won't go down. Another follow, no good. Serge Ibaka, he's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Cruises inside for two.
Sometimes you hear people give all these fancy breakdowns, tell you all these different things they can do. That was just plain old simple bully basketball. Muscled his way through the lane.
Lets it fly from long range. That's how you defend. LA Clippers with the basketball. Beverly knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way.
When you're outmatched talent-wise, you cannot get outworked. Get that ball back.
Beverly into the front court. Down a bundle. To Marcus Morris. To Leonard. Down to 5 on the 24. Kawhi Leonard. The screen sets him up for two.
Bread and butter. And there are a few that can do it better off the screen.
To Tobias Harris. And showing off the outside touch. Nicely done. Joel Embiid. He's 2 for 2 now.
Well, he finished strong because he was able to initiate the contact. When you initiate the contact first, you bounce off the defender, which balances you at the rim.
Leonard to Batum. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
And did you see the lift on the shot? Did you see the ball release off the hand? To be able to have the concentration to finish with such a feathery touch in the midst of contact, that's something special to watch.
It's LA Clippers ball. Beverly to Leonard. Probing the defense to Marcus Morris. The pass set it all up.
And the last 10 sequences down the court, everybody's touched the ball. You don't see anybody with any kind of negative expressions on their face because everybody's eating.
To Simmons. To Howard. And the Clippers able to clear the board. Leonard. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Oh, he should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Time to shuffle things up. Joakim Noah at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 69% at the line. Free throw's good. A 3-point play, and the lead back down to 12.
2 minutes left in the second quarter.
Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. 4-3. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Five on the shot clock for Philadelphia. Embiid to Simmons. Shot clock expires. 24-second violation. They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Leonard to Nick Batum.
1 minute left in the second quarter.
Here's Leonard for 2. Gets a look. Can't hit. Simmons with it. Lead is 12. LA with 4 to shoot. Bad pass there. Clippers have it.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Beyond the arc for 3.
To number 41, Kawhi Leonard. That's it.
And he connects on the first free throw. Second of 3, no good. That misses with a second to go. First half comes to an end, and the 76ers have to be feeling good.
Thanks, Ed. The 76ers have the advantage on the scoreboard at halftime. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Philadelphia 76ers. The Clippers would rather be on the opposite end of the scoreboard. Of course, they still have 2 quarters to turn things around, but it won't happen without making some adjustments. These are the guys getting buckets for the Los Angeles Clippers.
First half stats. Player of the half.
I'm ready to skip ahead and just get this guy player of the game. You can tell he's on his way to a special game. We handpicked him for you. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
Clippers have the basketball. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way.
Here's your chance to break this thing wide open.
He throws it down.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Finish that. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Free throw good to cap off the three-point play as they continue to open things up here in the third quarter. It's the Clippers with the possession now to Marcus Morris. A drive down the lane, but the shot won't go. Harris. Ball's tied up. Neither player wants to give it up. After the tie-up, they'll throw it up and see who gets the possession. To Beverly. Patrick Beverly. Oh, 3 for 8. He's got to do better.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Has a look. Shot by Simmons won't fall. And the basket good at the rim.
Did you see that change of direction mid-flight? And also the English he utilized to spin the ball off the rim? That was a thing of...
Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Count the bucket for 2.
I know this for a fact, Ed. Ben Simmons wanted to channel his inner Bill Russell during the NBA awards as he stood up on that stage accepting that Rookie of the Year trophy, looking down at all the people that hated on him and didn't think that after a year of being injured that he can come back and be the one that everybody thought he could be. One of only 7 players in NBA history to lead his team to 50-plus wins while accepting the Rookie of the Year trophy.
The Sixers with 4 to shoot. Fires the 3. Message received. Well defended. Short jumper misses. Here's Simmons with it up top. His team on top by 13. Beverly into the front court. He'll run the offense. Strong finish for Paul George. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Simmons to Howard. Whistled for the foul. Chance coming up at the free throw line.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Can't connect on the first free throw. off the mark. 0 for 2 at the line. A bad pass as the Sixers come up with the steal.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Probing the defense to Marcus Morris. Not done yet. To George. Won't go down. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
One free throw up and good. The lead now 14. Beverly into the front court. Looking to make something happen. And they call the foul. Felt the breeze there, Jay.
His timing was a tad bit off.
George, too easy. Defense has to communicate.
Well, easy difference there. In the first half, the offense allowed the defense to settle into their half-court sets defensively, and that's why the shots were all contested. But now since they picked up the pace of the game, they're getting a lot more action out of transition threes.
Simmons driving, but a shot no good. George, knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. And scores.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
To Marcus Morris. Kawhi Leonard. A fundamental shot right there.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
To Howard. Oh, nice find for the basket.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Paul George to Marcus Morris.
Hey, big screen right there, big screen.
The Clippers with 4 to shoot. Here's Leonard for 2. Missed it. Not much more you could ask for from the defense there.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jump.
Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
And if you're on defense on that last possession, no need to look over to the coach's bench, hold up your arms, wonder what did you do. Everybody got back, everybody communicated, everybody pointed. It was just better offense than there was defense.
And a whistle.
And you can't lunge like that.
Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. George can't get the bounce. To Howard. Hill. Well defended. The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk.
We're watching the clinic right now. We're watching basketball 101. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
It's LA Clippers ball. Leonard to Paul George. The drive right to the basket. Right down Broadway for the 2. Defender has to pick him up.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Hill. Not that time.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Here comes the screen. LA with 4 to shoot. Doesn't have the touch. No good.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
New blood coming in for both sides. Dwight Howard trying to cash in on the three-point play. He struggled so far. And he missed the free throw. Into the front court comes Rondo. Trailing by 15. Nikola Batum, 4 out of 7.
It's really a dope thing when passing becomes infectious. But don't become overly passive. Still take your shots when they're there.
A shot, no good by Green. To Marcus Morris. Batum. From the outside. And a putback slam. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
Clippers have the basketball. Kawhi Leonard, count the basket. He's feeling good. Defense has to get him out of his comfort zone.
You know, Ed, people don't understand. Tough shots are practiced every single day. With all these different contraptions out there to contest your shot, guys shoot 500 made shots a day. This is the new norm.
Rondo with the basketball. The deficit now up to 13. To Batum. Got it.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
George Hill to Howard. It was right there.
What happened is he didn't balance himself off the defender. He didn't initiate contact. He allowed the contact to initiate him. We could break that down later in the broadcast, but that's why he missed that easy chip.
Here's Leonard for 2. Add 2 points to the board. Sixers call for time as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. Changes coming from both sides right now. Hill into the front court. The lead stands at 9. To Seth Curry. Baseline drive. And counted at the rim.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
Knocked loose. Sixers have it. Trying to cash in. Green with a shot that won't go down. And too much contact.
A simple touch foul.
To Nick Batum. Here comes the screen. Batum. Short jumper off the mark. Hill across the timeline. It's an 11-point game. Joel Embiid. Very efficient and making an impact. He's 3 for 3.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Nothing going here on that drive. Deep 2 there. Won't go. To George Hill. Going to launch beyond the arc. George Hill forcing that one. Well defended. Batum to Luke Kennard. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The result, he's going to the line.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Luke Kennard, couple of free throws on the way. A career 85% free throw shooter. First free throw is good. Goes 2 for 2.
Oh, yeah, get your money, man. Self-check.
Remaining in the third quarter.
Five on the shot clock for Philadelphia. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Great defense, forcing the miss.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Missed it. He always has the green light, but the defense was ready. Kennard. Hill into the front court. The lead is 11. Has a chance, and he knocks it down. Jay, nice look right there.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. Joel Embiid swats it. That's his third block this evening. Deep three at the buzzer. That ends the third quarter, and a great start for the 76ers. The Clippers with the basketball as we begin the fourth quarter. And I think the best way to describe where they stand right now is they're down, but they're not out.
It's a game we used to play in the league all the time. It's called a series of stops. That means get 3 stops in a row. Each game is a game within the game. You get 3 stops in a row, and then another 3 stops in a row, you're right back in this ball game.
Mike Scott rejects it. Leonard won't go down. To Embiid. Deep left corner. From long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
To Batum. Now pass stolen by the Sixers.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Slams it home on the putback.
Oof, really showing no mercy here. This one is out of hand, and the offense is still pouring it on.
Rondo into the front court. His guys down big. To Leonard. Mike Scott able to recover with the block. Why even try that time?
I'm going to start calling him the windshield wiper, just erasing all the mistakes.
Sacrificing everything for the loose ball. Here's Rondo with it. Down a bundle. Leonard. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. Rondo. That's rebounded by Embiid. Off the mark. The follow won't go either. LA Clippers with the basketball. Leonard to Nick Batum. Now ready for a couple of free throws.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
And hits the first free throw.
Number 25, Serge Ibaka. Subbing in for the Philadelphia.
Goes 2 for 2 at the line. In the front court comes Simmons. His guys leading by 14. For 3, tough shot. He hits.
I mean, does he have eyes in the back of his head or what? I get paid money to watch and study this game daily. Even I didn't see that angle.
To Ibaka. Fakes. Drives to the rim and scores.
Old school equals high percentage.
Simmons with it. The lead is 15. Here's a chance from long range. That won't go.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
To Batum. Shot clock winding down. Kennard fires the 3. Off the mark. No good. To Embiid. Simmons lets it fly from long range, and Patterson grabs the rebound. Into the front court comes Rondo. Down by 15. Ibaka to Luke Kennard. Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. George, yes. Or in the case of the defense, not good. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
Marcus Morris sends it away.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Beverly into the front court. The deficit now up to 12.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Strong finish for Paul George.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it, this year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
To Tobias Harris. Count the basket at the rim.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Free throws coming up.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Paul George at the line for 2 shots. A career 84% free throw shooter. Knocks down the first. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. 4-3. Cleans the offensive glass. Pulled down by Batum. To George. Baseline drive. The shot won't fall. finishes strong.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry four other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
To Paul George. Nice pass to set things up.
This is why I go back into player mode. If the dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
To Howard. Can't miss those. Batum to Ibaka. Serge Ibaka. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Simmons into the front court. Up 6. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Beverly into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Knocks it down from mid-range.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
To Embiid. Shot from the lane won't go. Beverly into the front court. The deficit is 6. Nothing going here on that drive. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
Look at that, calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
Tough make through traffic.
As a rookie last year, Ben Simmons averaged 16 points a game and posted 12 triple-doubles, the second most by any rookie in NBA history. Or was last year really his rookie year? We can debate that one later.
To George. Driving right to the basket. Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. The Clippers with 4 to shoot. Beverly to Nick Batum. 24-second violation. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Joel Embiid. 4 out of 7.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive. But when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
George trying for a 30-point night, but it's no good. Simmons with it. His team on top by 8. To Embiid. Almost unlucky bounce on the follow. Way to stay with it.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
It's LA Clippers ball. George, he's been dialed in from long distance. That's now 5 threes for the game.
Nothing more painful than the next day watching tape, seeing the fact that he got 15 points off three-point shots.
Joel Embiid. With that, he's 5 for 9.
Here's a tip for your defense. You can't give him that much space. You have to push up into his personal space and make him play the majority of the possessions with his back to the basket. Because if you allow him to open up, there's no stopping.
Kawhi Leonard at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 84% free throw shooter. Free throw try, off the mark. To Howard. Gets it in the left corner. Beyond the arc for three. That's off the side of the rim, no good.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
George to Leonard. Curling inside. Add 2 points to the board.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
Driving is Simmons, but his shot no good.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
And a throwdown.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
To Howard. Fires the three. And he still can't find his range from deep. It's no good.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Simmons. And a chance coming up at the line.
Yes, I love this move. Send him to the line. Chances are probably good he doesn't make both. And you also stop the clock while getting another possession.
Ben Simmons. He's got 2 shots coming. Hasn't missed yet. First one goes down. And he makes them both. Clippers have the basketball. Paul George. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. Now the Clippers call a timeout, but this game's in the balance, and time is of the essence. Dwight Howard snatching it out of the air.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Now whistle. Intentional foul comes with 24 seconds left in the game. Ben Simmons, a couple of free throws on the way. He's perfect from the line so far. First one, count it. Able to convert on both free throws. Timeout called here by the Clippers. They'll need a quick shot and then likely a quick foul in what is now a 2-possession game.
Fans in our next home game will receive a free team poster. Even better, 3 lucky fans will win a poster that's been signed by the entire
George, defended by Howard. Has a look. Wide open. Too easy. You can't give him that look.
Ooh, I'm telling you from experience, his teammates will never let that one down.
And they'll get the intentional foul. So 2 free throws coming up, and you figure 1 out of 2 could be enough to seal the deal.
In the 80s, that might have been a personal, but regardless, it had the same impact. You just injected a little life into your squad, just when they needed it.
Second one goes. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Deep 3 at the buzzer. Hits the late 3 at the buzzer, but it's not going to be enough. This game is all over. The Sixers are victorious as they just squeak this one out by a point. That does it. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Jalen Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The 76ers edged out a close victory in today's game. They did it with blocks, and they did it with steals. More to the point, they did it with excellent defense. They committed to the grind and got rewarded as a result. Check out the leading scores for the Philadelphia 76ers. The Clippers finished on the losing end of a close score. And while they didn't win the game, they could have won a dunk contest. They put down plenty of slams in this matchup. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Los Angeles Clippers.
Game track. 3-point shooting.
Each of these teams were solid with their long-range shooting. So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
Player of the game.
Here's our top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of Ed Cohen and Jay Williams, this is Jalen Rose signing off.
Game 4-6 Philadelphia 76ers 1-1 Los Angeles Clippers 1-0 Final.